Hi, I'm Craig, film enjoyer living, and I'm sorry, Tyler, I love you, but you definitely remember what I did this summer to you. You're going
I
to be
do.
breaking into my house and writing that on like mirrors in the steam, and then going all the way back to Florida. It'll be a waste of your time, but you do it.
That's way too much of a plane ride because I don't do planes very often. So it's just, yeah, it's not worth the revenge. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. Not even
Slip
from Hawk
Kevin some
Jones.
money and.
I'm Tyler Hosley, and hush now. No more screaming. No more running. It's time to podcast.
Woo!
I'm Kevin Matthews, Scottish film fan living in England, and this week I sent off my script for I Know What the Graduate Did Last Summer, in which the final act has Mr. Robinson hunting down Benjamin Braddock, but he only then realises that that guy's dad was called Robin, so it was Robin's son, and it's a huge, clever twist at the end that everyone saw coming. Or something. I don't know. But neither did the folk who wrote some horror sequels decades ago.
I'm Dave Gray, and this week I died, went to nerd heaven, and got better. It's a better place there, and I'll never ever see it again because I'm a terrible, terrible human being. And this is Writers of the Podcast.
Woo! Yay!
I didn't get much extra watched. I saw two things really this week. One that we've covered on this podcast that is an all-time favorite of mine, but I finally got to see it on the big screen, and that is Lady Snowblood. I love that movie. I love said again. I will say again over and over and over and over again. I love me some Meiko Kaji. I love her so much. Like I would sell you all for just an evening stroll with Mako. Even
You're
now
not going to get
in
enough
her
for us.
elderly age, not nearly enough. No. Like I'd sell everything except Killa. I won't. Killa, you don't get sold. I'm sorry, you're stuck with me. But I mean, yeah. Like everyone else, y'all. I'm taking bids now. But I love that movie. It's a good one. Not the best, and I actually think I might prefer the sequel a little bit more. But it is a classic, and you should see it for a reason. I also saw the remake of, the reboot or the fourth entry in the Naked Gun franchise, and I love the Naked Gun, and I did not love this one. And I know a lot of other people enjoy it more. The jokes didn't land for me, and that's the problem. As we always say, all together now, humor is highly subjective, and that's okay. I didn't mind some of the background jokes. It's just I felt like the ones on screen that Neeson and the rest of the cast were giving just weren't right. They were rapid fire, but they were lame, and a lot of them were oddly dated, and it was just strange. It felt like someone who almost understood the assignment, but then tried way too fucking hard. And the truth is, I'm just kind of done with Liam Neeson as a performer. He doesn't do it for me. He does not move the needle. Retire. I'm sorry. I know some folks that love him, but every time he's on screen, it's just unbearable for me, and it has been for a few years now. And this did not help that. I did like Pamela Anderson, and she's the only member of the cast that I can say I enjoy. But yeah, Neeson and his pudgy sidekick, who was also in Fantastic Four, and I can't remember the actor's name, they were just atrocious for me. They were pain.
Paul Waterhauser.
Yeah, they were just endless. They were pain, and they were there just far, far too much. Again, if you like it, that's cool. I'm not, this is not a judgment. It just didn't land for me.
Do you know who else Paul Waterhauser played?
Who?
He played the, what do you call them? People who are really insane clown posse. You know, Tyler, what are they called?
Juggalos?
Yes, he's the, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Juggalo.
Oh, okay. I knew I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in Cobra Kai. I hated him in Cobra Kai. Like, he's just one of those actors that when he shows up, I do not fucking care for him. And again, it just is what it is. To each their own. I don't understand why he keeps showing up. He was weak in Black Klansman. He was weak in his appearances in Superstore. He was a terrible juggalo. I'm sorry, I'll say it. Always Sunny hits a lot for me. That was not one that hit. He was terrible in Cruella. I mean, he's bad. I don't get his career taking off the way it is. Like, are folks really this desperate for somebody to replace Chris Farley really poorly? Like, are there no other fat men in Hollywood?
He was excellent in the Apple series Blackbird with Taron Egerton.
I disliked Blackbird immensely, so I couldn't say. No, wait, not Blackbird. I'm thinking of something else. Blackbird is the football star that goes to jail for drugs and weapons, right? Yes. Okay. No, I'm confusing that with a Netflix spy show. Never mind. I haven't seen that one. I mean, I accept.
You confused that with Black Dogs.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, Keira Knightley was shit in that prison show.
Yeah,
no. So
I would watch Keira Knightley in a prison movie. I would.
I thought you'd mixed that with the Lord Dance guy, his spy film.
Oh no, that could have been it too. There was. Look, I was mixing it with some spy movie show thing I hated. Oh, I also watched the first 2 episodes of Wednesday's. I'm not going to finish that. But that was me. It was a pretty light week.
We might not always measure it, Dave, but you have grown immensely throughout the years of the podcast. You go about a Naked Gun, you go about comedy is highly subjective. I remember years ago you would have actually been glaring through the computer monitor and just saying, yeah, if you like this, then a plague should fall on your houses and everyone's just morons.
Well, yeah, but that was before.
It's gross.
But they would say they've got to go to an internment camp, and now there are internment camps, and he's like,
it's not funny now that they exist again.
It's not funny when it's reality around you.
Yeah. If Donnie's listening, you know.
Tyler's broken me a little. I've gotten to the point where I'm far more accepting. Thank you, T.
Yay.
Yeah, I had a real mix of good and bad this week. A real mix. I'm going to leave one of them that we'll pick up on in a little while because Craig and I saw something not together in the same space, but I feel like we were there as soulmates for a viewing. I watched a film called Pelican Blood on Shudder, which I quite enjoyed, but it's an odd one. Like, it's another one of those films. If you look at the comments on Shudder, and why you would ever look at the comments on Shudder is beyond me, but you'll probably see 3/4 of them being people just going, "Well, it wasn't horror. Why is it on Shudder? It's not horror." It is a kind of odd, bad seed. It is psychodrama, and it starred Nina Hoss, and I'm a big fan of Nina Hoss, and I liked it. It was good. I also watched on Amazon Prime. I watched The Pickup, which is Eddie Murphy, Pete Davidson, and Keke Palmer. And I think we're all pretty big fans of Keke Palmer, so I figured that would have at least something worthwhile. And I enjoyed it. I laughed along. I thought it was decent. It was pretty silly and predictable, but like Davidson works quite well alongside Murphy. Murphy is being the older, more stoic member of the two, whereas Davidson's all the nervous energy and the kind of youthful douchebag at times. And I thought that was fun. What isn't
this
fun?
Kind of generational thing where I feel like you'd have a hard time explaining to this current generation that Eddie Murphy was great, like an actual
but he
great comedic actor, a movie star.
He does have moments in The Pickup where he blurts out some lines that are almost like classic Eddie Murphy deliveries. So I chuckled at those more. They're just little lines, but he sort of reverts back to full on, Eddie Murphy blurting out those lines mode, and that's
Do we
fun.
know? Do we know who he's just said he's going to be playing in the near future? Do we all know?
I know. Don't
You
tell
know,
Dave.
does Dave know?
Don't tell him.
No, I know.
Dave, because you don't seem to have had an embolism in the past.
That just goes to show how many fucking embolisms I have, like, on the reg.
Eddie Murphy's a worse casting for that part. Actually, like the complete opposite of what we about that part. So that's wild casting.
Stay
with us, Dave.
Yeah,
at the other end of the scale, did any of you sit down to watch that new War of the Worlds on Prime yet?
Oh fuck! I forgot about that. I suppressed that. Why would
Yeah,
you bring that up
need to save
again?
that for Turkey because it's so bad. Like it's one of those immediate gold-plated ultra bad classics immediately. So I mean, I quite like Ice Cube in some film roles. He is not good here. He's not good in a film where the camera has to stay pointed at him as if it's a computer monitor, and he's typing in like, apparently on computer you could just like have search warrants as PDFs and send them to the authorities and get stuff done. But even worse, there are moments like Clark Gregg is in this for a couple of scenes,
Clark.
and he says the FBI director, whatever he is, there's a raid. So you have people watching their various monitors to watch this raid unfold. And for Clark Gregg, they've obviously said to him, right, you're an office guy, but you've just done a workout and you're there with a towel and a bottle of water, looking quite physically tired, but engrossed in this unfolding raid. So that's what he has to do for 30 seconds. And I'm just like, no, this is laughably awful. It's really bad. And then, involves Amazon Prime delivery drones at some point. So just
Someone said that Ice Cube, they took 4 different screen grabs of him and said they all look like YouTube film reviewers, where they put up reaction shots for the videos and you select them. They said every second of him on screen, he looks like a reaction shot to a YouTube video.
Yeah, I mean,
Because he is apparently.
And everything that pops up on his computer makes him look like those flat Earth guys who accidentally proved the curvature. That's it's kind of the same face of the confusion and the disbelief at the same time. He pronounces words differently in the same paragraph. Yeah, he rambles on with no sense of conviction. It's wild. Like I actually suspect they were bringing the words up on the monitor to keep him just focused on that, and figured they would tweak the performance around that.
It feels like a solid concept. Given it was made during COVID, the idea of like a screen life version of War of the Worlds is interesting. And it sucks that the film is so bad.
At the height of COVID, when everybody was desperate to put any shit on streaming, and it is so bad that it sat on a shelf until Amazon went, we need an ad, and we don't want to spend fucking money.
And I disagree about the screen life, version being a good way to tell it. I have to admit, when I started it, I confused the screen life format, which it also doesn't entirely stick to. Just anyway, enough of that. With found footage, I was like, if we're doing War of the Worlds in a found footage style, that could be a different, slightly interesting spin on things. But they didn't, so it was my fault for confusing definitions. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I finally watched The Tourist. That's on Netflix if you're down to check it out, Craig.
The Tourist.
Yeah, it's you know what, it's not that bad. It's not a great film, but I thought it was going to be this infamous stinker because Johnny
Oh,
Depp
the
was
Johnny
more.
Depp one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Johnny Depp, Angelina Jolie, the supporting roles for Paul Bettany, Timothy Dalton's in a couple of scenes, Stephen Berkoff. The thing is, it feels a bit quaint and old-fashioned because it's basically a bit of a travelogue with some kind of light action sequences and relying on the stars being stars in their scenes, and that's it. It wasn't like it just wasn't stinkingly bad. That's not to say it's any good. It's just absolutely bang average. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that it wasn't way worse. I was like, what is this? This just isn't as bad as other Johnny Depp films I've seen. Like, I was more bored by that transcendence.
He's got a deep bench.
Yeah, that is true. That's fair. But anyway, that's on Netflix. One that, in all seriousness, you might end up checking out, Craig, because I know you sometimes check out the movies. Harvest just landed on there the other day.
That looks good. I haven't watched it yet, but I like the look of it.
Right. Well, I'm not going to go with any spoilers. Me personally, I was disappointed by it, and I think it might be the kind of thing that works better in book form. It is based on a book that, to Dave's complete shock, I haven't read. But there are some good performances in there. But also I didn't realize it would have so many kind of relevant parallels to just this day and age anyway. So that put me off slightly because I thought it was going to be something else, but that's on me. But then for the film itself, I mean, it's like 2 hours 10, 2 hours 30 minutes. Quite a long run time. It doesn't fully justify that run time. Yeah, I was a bit let down. I really wanted to like it. Although Caleb Landry Jones does a surprisingly damn good Scottish accent in there.
Yeah, well, he did a perfect Australian accent in Nick Ram, so.
Oh, I've still not watched that. I need to be prepared for that when I get around to it. But yeah, so he's great with accents. And then last but not least, I don't think I mentioned this last week. I can't remember the timing when I saw Bring Her Back. Did I mention that last week? I don't think I did. Did I?
Don't think so.
I don't remember last week, please. The damage is forever. I don't remember shit.
I really liked it. I think the Philippou brothers do, they're 2 for 2 with their features. Sally Hawkins is great in this, but also there's Billy Barrett, who's a young lad called Andy, and he's looking
he's
after
fantastic.
he's great, and he's looking after his visually impaired younger sister Piper, played by Sora Wong, and she's great as well. It was really good and really effective, I think, in mixing the sort of the atmosphere with the scares and the there's some emotional wallops. But I'm probably going to be even more interested to see what the Philippines do next, because although this is in some ways a different film from Talk to Me, it has a lot of crossover and shows that maybe they're already used to a certain way of doing things, much like on our movie we'll be mentioning soon. But I really liked it. I just I think it's going to be more interesting as the Philippines sort of hopefully push a bit more to the edges and maybe beyond their comfort zones.
I really liked that one. I liked everything that was happening. I liked the film, and afterwards I forgot it almost immediately. Like, it was not impactful.
And
I found frustrating.
Me, apart from my my spiritual cinema date that Craig will mention soon.
No. The Philippos, are they called the Philippos?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a Netflix documentary called it was the Area 51 one. It was Let's Rush Area 51. Because some people, you remember that was a few years ago when people were just going to just turn up and take Area 51 by force somehow. And
yeah,
pardon?
I remember that. It's a shame more people weren't shot.
Yeah. Well, one of the people who turned up was one of the Philippou brothers.
Really?
He's in the documentary. Him and his brother turned up to storm Area 51 and then just had a party instead.
I mean, now the party's cool, but, if you think you're going to take a military base with top secret aliens, you kind of deserve it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything at Area 51, they should have moved it by now, Don't just, leave it there. No one will ever try and look. Just move your alien shit. Put it in Area 52.
Which is actually just under Area 51, but the folks looking for it are just not smart enough to go downstairs.
I went to the theater and I saw Together. I love that one. It's like a Cronenbergian style body horror, but with themes of codependency and relationship dynamics and anxiety. It has some really sweaty, just grotesque effects. A killer sound design too. Sound design is awesome, and it's got Spice Girls in the soundtrack, which is amazing. But I also wouldn't mind being attached to Alison Brie Society style, so it's not really much of a horror movie because who wouldn't want to be attached to Alison Brie Society style? So it's good though. It's really good. I enjoyed that one a lot. And I saw Fantastic Four First Steps. You guys know I'm not much of an MCU guy for the most part. I do like some stuff, Deadpool and Wolverine, even though that's kind of a Fox movie. But
that might be the most tactful thing you've ever said on this podcast in 7 years.
What, that I'm not an MCU guy?
I'm not much of an MCU guy.
Yeah, I'm really not.
Hate that only I feel usually, and I think that's beautiful.
I do like some of them. I like a lot of the first. I think Iron Man is good. I think the first Captain America is good. I think the first Thor is okay, but for the most part, I think they're all pretty generic and just crappy. But there is some good stuff in there. But I really like this one a lot. I thought the cast is great. Pascal and Kirby have wonderful chemistry. I mean, they are just great together in this. The action is good. The villain is good. Some of the CGI isn't great. It just, to me, it's weird how the Silver Surfer somehow looked better in 2007 than it does now. But that's just a tiny nitpick. It's really good stuff, and it's like I said, it's probably the best MCU movie in many years. I do slightly prefer the 2005 version because I just really like that movie, and I really like the cast of that movie, and I love the villain. I love Doctor Doom in that movie, but compared to shit like Brave New World and the Thunderbolts, it's a fucking masterpiece, and I would definitely love to see more with this cast. So it's good stuff, and that's me.
Not a lot for me. Two, one of which my other cinema soulmate Kevin, not my only, but my other cinema soulmate saw. I'll get to that one in a minute. I saw 28 Years Later, and I pretty much loved it. I loved it more and more the more I sat with it and thought about it. The first half is as expected. It is an updated version of 28 Days Later. It's really visceral and chaotic, and there's a real unsettling look about the UK in this film, but it looks like the UK, but it doesn't. You can tell that time has passed and it is it is like an alien now, even though you recognise it. And I don't know how it's done. It's just done through just vibe, which is really impressive. I like the first half, but the second half, man, is so fucking good. It leans hard into the weird fucking shit. I feel like maybe Danny Boyle thought, right, these studio execs, they'll watch the first half, looking at their phones and be, yeah, that's fine. And just filled the second half. Just huge swigging alpha zombie dicks and towering skull and bone monuments and pre-apocalypse pop culture coded gangs and just it's a really deliberate move. Very specific world. I feel like it's a move to the kind of George Miller freak explosion world. It's a very George Miller apocalyptic film, which we don't tend to get unless George Miller's making. So I was just so happy to get something as weird as a Mad Max film in this franchise. I mean, I've heard the complaints. People didn't like the shooting style. I really liked it. People thought the tone was all over the place, but these people are going to get their like homogeneous glop on every other screen in the fucking cinema. Let us have this one. I don't care they didn't like it. This is a weird little treat for the people who like weird movies, and I really dug it. There was no reason to expect it would be this strange, but Danny Boyle was not. You know, he's an older man, older filmmaker, and he wasn't having any of it. He put out some weird fucking shit, and I loved it. And then I saw Weapons, Zach Cregger's Weapons, which I also absolutely loved. When I saw Barbarian, I remember a lot, and I bought into it. So when I watched Barbarian, I was like, okay, I liked that, but the hype killed it for me. Like they said, you've never seen anything this disgusting before. I had, it just kind of the expectations sunk me. This time around, not at all. It was everything I wanted to be, and I knew early on it had the same tone as Barbarian. You could tell straight away that it weren't going to be a super serious horror film, and obviously it had the same chapter structure as Barbarian. I kind of knew what I was getting for my money, and at first when I realised, okay, just like Barbarian, I'm just going to like it. I'm not going to love it. Whereas like Barbarian, it really down in the third act. Weapons sticks the landing better than any other film this year. It is beautiful. Like, as long as you're happy with black comedy outside of the horror, just some really like cackling at shit black comedy, then you're gonna be happy. Like, it's got there's a chase sequence just at the beginning of the third act, which is so nailed by, so best horror here. It has the best antagonist I've seen for a long time, an absolutely brilliantly acted antagonist by a performer who we'll all recognise from bits and pieces down the years, and it was so cool to see them get a really good role they could sink their teeth into. And the film closes with a sequence that is so... It had me squirming, it had me gasping, I was almost cheering out loud. It was fucking beautiful, man. I loved it so much. The cast are great. I really like Julie. She's having a hell of a year. I really like Aaron Reich, who does not get anywhere near enough roles. He's a real standout at everything that he does, but it doesn't seem to be working for him. I'm not sure. Amy Madigan, like, it looks fantastic. It sounds fantastic. Tension is grinding at points, but most of all, it's funny. And like, it can be grindingly tense and really funny within the same scene. My only issue with the whole thing is pacing, because I genuinely feel there are a couple of chapters which you could excise entirely without losing a thing. You could cut maybe half an hour out of it. But apart from that, I had great to watch this one again. Just great stuff. What did Kevin think?
I largely agree with you. I also loved it. I think I may prefer it to Barbarian overall. It has it feels like it's got more of a... I don't mean this to be dismissive of Barbarian. I really liked Barbarian. Weapons does feel like somewhere, running through it is more of a point. There are more pointed commentaries on a couple of things going through it. I didn't get as much humor from it as you did, but there were bits that I think it was good, that some bits that people may dislike kind of gave me that release of a bit of a laugh after some incredible tension, particularly in that third act, which I loved the way things played out. And I don't know where I would cut it out. I knew it was going to be a bit of a longer runtime, but it didn't feel like it to me. I also agree with you on Ehrenreich completely. Actually, I've always been a fan of his since I I think maybe I first took notice of him in Hail Caesar. He was
brilliant
the
in
lad
Hail
being taught
Caesar.
by was it Ray Fiennes teaching him in Hail Caesar? Would that it
I
were
can't
so.
remember.
I can't remember the phrase. Yeah, I've always enjoyed his performances anyway, and I'm glad that he was involved in this. But I thought all the leads were great, and yeah, big fan. It'll be like Kreger's another one who it will be interesting to see what his. I'm going to say third feature is, or had he done other non-horror features before Barbarian? I can't recall.
I think so.
Yeah, he directed Miss March in
Right.
2009.
Okay. So, well, just seeing what he does next. I thought I might have been confused. I thought Barbarian was his sort of debut directorial outing. But there you go. Yeah, he's a good one anyway.
Yeah, I didn't notice at the time. Like I noticed the vibes from other films, which he's not shy about saying. Yeah, I bits from other films for this because I love them so much. Like he modelled all cop on John C. Reilly in Magnolia. He pinched lots of little bits and pieces. But someone said today that the vibe, and this is going to upset Tyler. Don't worry, still like the film. But he said what he got the most vibe. The biggest vibe from was Halloween Season of the Witch. You said it had strong Halloween free Season of the Witch vibes, and I didn't think about it at the time, but now thinking back to it, I'm like, oh yeah. So
Yeah, I can see that. There's another, like, there are a couple of recent-ish, and I say that now, and that encompasses like the past 15 to 20 years. But there are a couple of recent-ish movies that this actually ends up being quite similar to. It's just it's got the different wardrobe on, like the different clothing. That's it. There are bits at the heart of this that are actually very sort of familiar and quite, they have been at times common horror movie tropes, even though it's played as a dark mystery or horror dark mystery tropes. So I was quite surprised by that, but not in a bad way. By the time I got to the end and I sort of remembered some of the details, I thought, oh yeah, although that's dressed up in a certain way, it's actually very akin to, other things we've seen before. I can definitely see why people might mention Season of the Witch, which is an interesting comparison point.
I heard it's got some. I heard it's got some Prisoner vibes too, like the movie. He said in an interview that Prisoners inspired him to make this movie. So I was just
The
curious.
cinematography, I saw him. Apparently, him and the cinematographer sat down for a long time and talked about the look of Prisoner.
Yeah.
He wanted that lived-in world from that film. Apart from that, no other films I did watch. This has got to be out of American TV series, like cult American TV series that I haven't watched for a long time. The top one was Twin Peaks, which I've now watched. So now the top one became Miami Vice. I watched the first episode of Miami Vice, and I'm not sure yet. I'll keep going. It's both, but it's grittier in places than I expected to be, and sillier in places where I expected to be, and it hasn't found the middle ground yet, where they work well together. But I know it's only the pilot, so I'm gonna chuck the other half of the pilot on tomorrow and see how I do. And that's me.
This week, we watched the 1986 shot on video independent crime drama Hawk Jones and the oh man, this makes me feel old now. 1998 slasher sequel I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. Hey Kevin,
Yes.
would you like to pick a movie and tell us about it?
Yes. I will.
Reputation there.
That felt a little like doom and gloom there, man.
I'm
I felt
not.
like no dressed up as yes.
I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to say about it, but I will go with Craig's choice, Hawk Jones, which is a really cliche-filled cop thriller. There's one cop with a partner he's not a big fan of, and they have to go against a whole city full of criminals, criminal activity, and yeah, it's all standard stuff, except they're all kids. They're all played by kids. They are kids just delivering these hard-boiled crime movie lines. That's it. They're kids. That's the thing. This was weird. This was yeah, like even from the left field Craig picks that he's given us. Like, this is a film cast with kids in every role, and one of the characters is credited as Bunny Boom Boom Pinky Toes. Yeah. Bunny Boom Boom Pinky Toes. I did not like this, and I will explain why at the risk of upsetting these kids who are at least my age now. Now, you guys in America will have avoided this trauma, and Craig is probably a bit too young. But in the UK, I'm going to say in the early to mid 80s, there was a short run show called Minitropolis. And like, it seemed like a good idea at the time to someone, and as a kid, I enjoyed it. And what Minitropolis was kids doing like the chart hits of the time, but it would be dressed up like it was kind of like a mini Top of the Pops. They were on a set, they were doing the songs, there was other kids dancing around behind them and stuff. That's what it was. You look at it now.
Was this on the BBC? Because very concerning.
I can't recall. It's like it's one of the main channels. That's the thing though. You look at it now and you're like, how did they not start up Operation U-Tree sooner and catch the many paedophiles that have since been caught? Especially when you have like the girls done with too much makeup and singing like "My Baby Takes the Morning Train" or whatever. It was traumatizing. Like, now I think back on it, the good memories are sullied. My adult brain is like, what were they thinking? The same thoughts went through my head with Hawk Jones. It's, I mean, it feels like they've gathered together, these kids, to have a fun weekend project, put some stuff together, but they've actually kept filming and thought, yeah, we've got enough to make a film. We'll just do this. The little boy at the heart of this, Valiant Duhart, is, I mean, he's quite spirited at times. He's quite fun in occasional moments, if I'm being nice. But that's very, like, very few moments in this work, and this isn't, you know, a new thing. Somebody obviously watched Bugsy Malone and thought, oh, let's do that, but we'll make it a cop action movie instead of an old-timey gangster film with the song and dance numbers in there. But the thing about Bugsy Malone is, it is, like, it does add to the silliness. It has kids acting generally professionally amidst that silliness, and it works. Hawk Jones doesn't work. It has every child in it, like, overacting and mugging in the way that kids do if they're just, like, doing a bit of silliness, in front of you directly in your living room. And that's fine, and that's cute when it's your kid or it's a child of a friend you have to put up with for 5 or 10 minutes. But if they stood in front of you and did this for a whole 90 fucking minutes, you'd be slapping them out the door and be like, get away from me. I don't care about your childish rendition of Beverly Hills Cop. Fuck off. Go to bed. You should be away. It's adult time. That's what you would say to them. And really, that's what should have been said to Hawk Jones. I don't know anything about director Richard Lowery, apart from the fact that he should be kept away from cameras and crew. I don't know anything about the writer Tor Ryle Lowry, who I'm assuming is related to the director, and they got together, drank too much one evening and thought, this would be a great idea. And I might be assuming too much here, but I don't think I've seen any of these cast members go on to any bigger and better things. And they might never have wanted to. They might have been happy that they've done this and had their fun. And that's fine for them. But this is a cute thing that should have stayed as someone's, like, home video. Look at what the kids did at the weekend, dear. Isn't that cute? Yes, let's put it out there for mass consumption of people who are seeking something to watch at weekend. No, you fucking sadist. That's just not how it works. I like the kid who sort of overdid things and played the main villain. Like, he was quite fun. But again, it's just, I think if they got the kids acting normally and played up some of the gimmickry, like the obvious falseness of the driving scenes and stuff, I think that could have been fun. And then you could have one or two kids who can, like, do some extra mugging and be over the top, and that would work with maybe the lead, but certainly the villain, because I think that's why he works quite well as a villain. But the fact that every kid is just trying to, like, have their moment be their moment, even if they're only on screen for 15, 20 seconds. And don't even start me on the club scene where some kid starts waving at some girl and they're flirting over a club, and I'm just like, what has Craig made us watch this week out of all of his dubious choices? I mean,
we've obviously got one of these girls who doesn't know what it's for, so they're just directing her saying, lift your eye down. Just do it, trust me, or it'll work for the scene. She just looks confused.
I was like, I stood by Craig with blue apes on Cannibal Island, and this is what he throws in my face.
I told you all, I'm never picking a film cast with adults ever again.
Well,
It'll be children and apes, or just children and children.
Like, and the way that I liked, the rare blue apes on Cannibal Island, I absolutely, completely disliked this. I think it was, like, I just didn't think it was well thought out, and I didn't play. I guess maybe other kids might enjoy watching this, but they wouldn't then necessarily know all the tropes and stuff and the beats that are being hit. And adults, I mean, I don't see any reason why adults would watch this other than being forced to by a maniac. Do not recommend. You should all go and rewatch The Tourist.
Bring it back, Tyler. Bring it back.
Oh, I'm right there with Kevin. I'm not going to be nice. This movie was a fucking nightmare. And to be honest, I really can't even call this a movie. I mean, Kevin said it perfectly. It's like being forced to watch family home videos of a relative's kids dressed up as adults playing cops and robbers or something in their back fucking yard. But instead of a short little family movie and being like, oh, that's so cute, little Billy is dressed up as a cop. That's adorable. No, it's an hour and fucking 25 minutes. I mean, as soon as I saw the city was called Minitropolis, I said out loud in my living room by myself, I can't fucking do this. Nope, can't do it. I mean, I do feel kind of bad talking about how awful these kids are in this movie. I don't feel bad now because they're probably 40, and yeah, you guys sucked in this, but they're really bad. But they're children in this. They're not actors. I mean, the real blame falls solely on Richard Lowery, who apparently has been incompetent his entire fucking life because President Evil was also a piece of shit that could have been an awesome Halloween style parody, but instead it's just poorly made garbage. I don't find these shot on video so bad they're good movies to have any value to them at all. I'm to the point now that I'd rather just watch a glossy, well-made Hollywood bad movie any day of the week than suffer through these micro budget fucking shot on video things. I'm not giving any points for ambition anymore. If you don't have the talent or budget to back it up, just don't do it. But if you do it, don't cast children playing adult roles and just don't put it for public consumption ever. It's ugly as hell. Those cartoon muzzle style flash gunfire, just it was a fucking eyesore. The editing, the jokes, it's really boring too, which is a shame because I could see how it could kind of be fun if it was maybe like adults playing it, just like a stupid micro budget crime movie that's terrible, but nah. It's bad. There's nothing redeeming in this. I don't rate movies, but if I did, I don't even think I could give this a star. It's just a complete waste of time.
You guys.
Don't
This
you dare,
has
Dave. Don't you
this has
dare.
this is a 6 on IMDb. 30% of viewers have rated this 10 stars.
I wonder how they're attached.
I wonder, I like they're adults now, they're signing on. 6 have given it 9. 17 people have given it 8. But the vast majority of people gave it a 10. I just need you guys to think on that and realize that the crowd is just lying bastards.
So it has a higher IMDb score than I Still Know You Did last summer.
It does. Like,
Yes.
way higher. I Still Know What You Did last summer only had a 4.8.
Well, that's proof.
Yeah, so unlike Tyler, I don't mind the idea behind this film. I am fine watching a movie doing adult roles if it's ridiculous and fun and well made, and that's not though. I like some of it. I did. I think for a no budget feature from 1986 shot on video, it looks fine. I think whoever was holding the camera knows how to frame a shot. I think, unlike Tyler, I loved fake gun flares that said "pow." Like I love those. Those spoke to me.
Batman love. Old school Batman love.
It is the Batman love. I, unlike you fucking Philistines, thought Bunny Boom Boom Pinky Toes was the best part of this film. But then there's everything else. Actually, I'm going to credit where credit is due. I think the kid that played the villain and the kid that played his girlfriend and the kid that played the partner, McAllister, all tried really hard. And then there's everyone else. He has a lot of kids. Like, did he bribe a school bus driver to take a detour one day for like a week? Because I don't
possibly.
I don't buy this many parents went, yes, this sounds good.
Maybe the monumental maybe he's a monumental like deadbeat dad, and he's all his kids. I can give your mum The money. And give your mums the money they need. You just got to do me a solid.
I mean,
Maybe he just went full Scorpio and waved a gun around, making them sing "Row, row, row the boat" as he took the school bus to the set every day.
uh, all I know is it's not fun. It's not good. It is sexist and kind of icky in a lot of spots. Like it is really sexist. It is even for 1986. It is like, why are you having this kid say these awful things to this poor little girl? I mean, there's a shitty, cruel streak running through the heart of this film. It's bad and not fun. Bad. It is just bad. I enjoyed little moments. I wrote so many notes about this, but I don't want to read it because I don't want to be. I don't want to be mean, but I'll be mean to Richard Lowery and Tor Rail Lowery, the writer, who I don't know how they're related to Richard, but they wrote 4 of their things and produced a few of their things. Sibling? Yeah, well, Lowry Brothers Entertainment is their official website, so that's it. Okay. Yeah, one should have smothered the other in childhood, and the world would have been a better place. But you both failed, so fuck you both. I'm like Taylor. I'm usually willing to give credit for getting your movie made and getting it out there to people, but not this time. I don't know what happened except 2 guys in the 80s got high and Bugsy Malone a lot on its first video release and seem to not understand why Bugsy Malone works as it does. Now, I'm not saying Bugsy Malone totally works, but it works better than this. This is just bad and not fun bad, just bad. I didn't hate it though. I'm glad I'll never have to watch it again. I hope the little boy that played the Hawk got therapy for all the awful shit he had to say to people, the racist, sexist crap. I did enjoy the Destroyer as a villain and how he had to be killed through ridiculous shenanigans. But that's it. That's all I got. That kid's glasses were amazing. That style sunglasses should definitely come back around again.
Okay.
I'll give you a preview if it helps, Craig. I'm not much nicer to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
That was not a mixed bag. That was a bag with 3 of the exact same thing in it. I should have come to it. I didn't particularly like Hawk Jones either. I didn't know what to expect from it. I just read like, hey, this is like a Canon Pictures joint, but all the actors are 8. I was like, I'm sold. I'm instantly sold. Like, there's no way this can be bad, and it was pretty bad, like right the way through. But I think that it picks up in the second half. Like watching this in the first half, what this needs to do, what it do for me was to play it like completely straight, like wink at nothing, no gags. Like if I'd play it so fucking straight. You know, a Canon style cop action film, no winking, and I would go Kubrick on these kids, like 150 takes of the scene, like they're crying until I get exactly the performances I want from them. I would play it straight, like destroy the lives of children, just because I think it would be funnier. Because that's kind of the stuff that made me laugh. Jones goes, "Damn it, I've got no time for gags." It made me laugh because it's gay, you know. I thought it would. It's a kind of a difference between satire and parody, I guess. I want satire by playing everything straight, which points you towards the absurdity of the genre without having to point and laugh at it like you would in a parody. So I got to the second half and like I liked a couple of. I liked the score. I didn't really like it, but there was a lot of like like violent saxophone and hot guitar licks. I kind of enjoyed that. I don't know. The costumes were point. The costumes really worked for the characters. It was doing the parody jokes and I was disappointed. And then in the second half, I started to warm to it, and not because it was doing what I wanted to do. It was doing the parody thing harder. Just does it better in the second half. Like there are solid gags. I'm gonna ask Kevin now because some of these gags really felt. I want to see if he them. So Kevin, the hostage taker wants $100. Did we enjoy that bit?
That was all right. Yeah, I did like a gag sort of based on the scaling down to the childish like mindscapes, if you like.
Okay, the filing cabinet plots. That really felt like a Kevin.
I can't remember the filing. What did you say? The filing cabinet.
Yeah.
I can't remember that one. Greg.
Okay. Hawk Jones in his nightcap and gym jams.
Well, I mean, I'm always amused by nightcap and gym jams. That's unfair.
The soap opera on TV, Young and the Playful.
No, I like it was decent enough that they did that, but it didn't amuse me.
The lollipop in the mouth after arming up with all the weapons.
No, not really.
No,
it's all right, but we already had that in adult form with Kojak for years. I know, again, like I'm older, but I'm just like,
this kid like took a lollipop out and went, "Who loves you, baby?" That would have been a fucking solid gag, but we didn't get that shit.
No, it's true. It's true. Well, I've misjudged you, Kevin. You are a lot more sophisticated than
like
I had thought.
I had forgotten. Like, I agree with Dave. I did like the the sort of blam blam from the gunfly as well. Just like leading into that absolute like amateurishness and keeping everything very kid friendly was a nice little touch. And obviously makes you think of Batman and stuff. But yeah, there wasn't enough of that. If there'd been more things sort of either going down to scale or just sort of I don't know. It wasn't well thought out and planned for like making that concept worthwhile.
I understand because I watched it as well. So yeah, I understand. I wasn't impressed, but like where I wanted it to do the satire and it did the parody instead. I guess I just kind of warmed. Maybe there were some slightly more solid gags in the second half, but I ended up kind of not hating it. And I started to get a little bit involved in the story because I remember at one point where Hawk Jones gets fired, and I said in my head, I didn't say it out loud, and I'm so glad I didn't say it out loud because I'm ashamed. But I said in my head, "Oh my God! Now he's been fired. He can get past for copper." And I was like, "Oh my God, Craig, do not get into this film's storyline to this degree. This is unacceptable." So I don't know. It had in the second half, but it's also it's not a good film, and it's a shame because conceptually, I'm up. There are other films that if we can remake some classic films in this style, there are some great ones. I'd see Falling Down with 8-year-olds. That'd be fucking great. But this was not impressive. But I don't feel bad about making you watch it because that's what I do. That's my thing. So
It's Jim Jam.
It is. Would you like me to carry on and do I Still Know You Summer?
No. This is my honor.
Oh, okay.
This is my honor.
You go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So this is I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is the 1998 sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer. It's the second installment in the franchise, originally based on a book written by Lois Duncan. This one is directed by Danny Cannon and written by Trey Calloway. This time, survivors of the previous murder spree, Julie and Ray, are getting on a year later as the 4th of July approaches. And Julie decides, instead of going home to Port, which they like to pretend is a small town, but is really one of the 10 most visited 4th of July celebrations in the United States, Southport, South Carolina, just for the record. Julie, her roommate Carla, Carla's boyfriend Tyrell, and their classmate Will win a trip to the Bahamas for the 4th of July to a resort that is shutting down for hurricane season, which storm season, I believe, September. So I don't know why they'd be shutting down on the 4th of July, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. The remaining workers include Bill Cobbs. This is like the best assembled cast for a slasher film at this time. And that's not to throw shade on the other cast. It's just these are strong people in the secondary. It's Bill Cobbs, who is a fantastic character actor who worked forever until passing last year at the age of 90. Jeffrey Combs, who doesn't fucking... No, that's not rhetorical. I need you guys to tell me.
There is no one who doesn't love Jeffrey Combs.
Exactly. Jennifer Esposito, who is a strong presence in many things. The incredibly talented John Hawkes in a very... I think this is one of his first... God. Like, it's not one of his first, but it's still kind of early in his career. That man was in everything. And who else? I'm gonna totally mess.
Mekhi Phifer?
Yes, Mekhi Phifer. Thank you. I totally brain farted on his name, even though I'm looking at a cast list. I was like, where is he? I had to scroll. I thought I only cut off Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr., but I cut off Mekhi also. I'm sorry, Mekhi. And a terrible uncredited role from Jack Black. They can't win them all.
You forgot Mark Boone Jr.
I did. Shit, you're right, I did. I am so sorry. I love Mark Boone Jr. In his 30 seconds, he is stronger than, well, anything Freddie Prinze has ever done. And that's not a slam on Freddie. It's just talking about how great Mark Boone Jr. is.
Kind of feels like both things.
It's not. I got nothing against Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie Prinze Jr. does Freddie Prinze Jr. stuff. He was fine as Freddie in the 2 Scooby-Doo movies. He was fine. He's fine.
He's hard to dislike.
Yeah, I mean, Freddie Prinze Jr. is a likable dude. I have nothing against Freddie. Like, I don't like Wing Commander. I said that on this podcast when Tyler made us watch it, and I cried. But, I have nothing against him as a human. I mean, dude, he voices Lieutenant Vega in Mass Effect 3, all right? You didn't know that, did you? No. So,
I know those words formed a sentence, Dave, but I don't know what that sentence is. It's something about he once listened to Suzanne Vega while figuring out the mass of a globe.
No. I said he voiced Lieutenant James Vega in Mass Effect 3.
You're cute, but I don't understand what you're saying, man.
I'm just saying that Freddy's better than folks give him for. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so like there are some, and it's in a different setting from most slashers, but it's a good one during a hurricane. It's a solid setup. The problem is the script is just terrible. I like Mekhi Phifer as an actor. He's really good in Clockers and High School High. He was good in House of Eyes. I'm brain farting on other things he's in. He is a solid performer when given an opportunity. In this, he is a terrible caricature of an angry African American man, as written by upper class rich white guys. And that's all he is, and it's a shame because they waste him. And Brandy is fine given what she's given, and she is given absolutely nothing. And Jennifer Love Hewitt is there. And they waste everyone else. They waste Bill Cobbs. They waste Jeffrey Combs atrociously. He's got 2 scenes where, yes, he is playing a Jeffrey Combs caricature character, but I adore them and he's fun in it. Jennifer Esposito has 3 scenes and she does the best she can with the terrible script she's given. Jack Black is in more than any other in this, and he is atrocious and the only person that is at the right level for this script of shit. It's a bad fucking script with bad kills. It's lazy. It's derivative. It's fucking lame as hell. And to make it worse, it is directed by Danny Cannon. And Danny Cannon is an atrocious director. Do you know what else Danny Cannon directed? I bet Tyler knows what I'm going to.
He directed the best Judge Dredd movie.
He directed a Judge Dredd. Yes.
You don't believe that, do you, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I do. 100%.
No way you believe that is better than Dredd.
Oh, I love it so much better than Dredd. I love Dredd, don't get me wrong, but I love the whole world of the Stallone Dredd. Cyberpunk, it's awesome.
There's no cyberpunk in that movie.
That movie's all cyberpunk.
You are on crack.
I love
He's
that movie.
also a producer on CSI. So he is also responsible for some of the worst fucking television of the... And he did the shitty Training Day TV series. Like, he is responsible for some of the worst television of the last 20 fucking years. The man is a fucking menace, but you know how it is. White men in Hollywood cannot fucking fail. The more mediocre you are, the better your career gets to be.
If he made that Training Day program, could
he
suggest
did.
he also killed Bill Paxton, greatest human being that's ever lived.
He did
Fucking
murder Bill Paxton.
Shit.
He murdered
Fucking
Bill Paxton.
piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit. He also directed parts of Geostorm. Like, the dude is atrocious and should not be allowed to make anything. But here we are. It's bad. And it's not fun bad. It is bad. It rightfully murdered the series. And I am going to go out and say something in advance, since Tyler will watch this movie soon. I actually prefer the direct-to-DVD zombie. This is just dull and lame. And, like... Julie James is a shitty character, and Jennifer Love Hewitt is just terrible in both these movies. And again, I'm not going to say mean things about Jennifer Love Hewitt. I think she's fine in Heartbreakers, and she does a lot of carrying in the terrible Jackie Chan vehicle, The Tuxedo. I said it. I stand by it. You can be mad at me for saying this, but she is atrocious in these 2 movies. And she does not have the ability to pull us through as a solid final girl that she needs. Instead, I just want her to get stabbed and go away, but she doesn't go away. I would have been fine if they got rid of Julie and they Brandy or Jennifer Esposito step up. Or even the elder Elrene Harding, who was Olga the maid, stepping into the final girl, or Jeffrey Combs. Jeffrey Combs could, but what the fuck ever. The reveal sucks. I'm sorry, Muse Watson is bad. He's a fucking bad antagonist. Ben is nothing. He's not even a good looking image in these. He looks like a sad old man with a hook, because he is a sad old man with a hook. He never feels like a danger. His sidekick is atrocious. Like, the kid walks on, and because he is not a good fucking actor at all, he walks in, and the first thing you think is, oh, well, he's because he is. Also, they don't give you any other options, and this film isn't ballsy enough to make it the African American kid. But whatever, it sucks. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, like, first things first, like, this is a bad film, and I really dislike the first one. I find the first unreasonably dull, and I think this is objectively as bad as that film. And there are many things about this film that I outright fucking hate. Like, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr., they have negative charisma, negative screen presence, negative star quality. Like, Prinze Jr. is like an affable dope, and Jennifer Love Hewitt, she has her charms for people to boobs, but they should never headline anything. They shouldn't headline movies. They shouldn't headline TV shows. They shouldn't headline county fairs. Nothing. They should background actors at best, or just they just don't. They shouldn't be leads. Never, ever, ever. There's some really bad filmmaking here. Like, the editing is shockingly bad. Like, that first chase with Junior is really, really badly edited, and every kill in this film is very, very bad edited. So, like, if you don't want to be gory, and obviously it doesn't want to be particularly gory, you can create impact with a combination of the edit and the sound design. Do it. You don't have to have blood. You don't have to have. Still give it some punch, and the edit kills every kill. It ruins every one. It's racist. It is racist as fuck. This has got some serious white guy writing black characters. Said, like, really, really bad. And Bill Cobb's, I don't even want to talk about his made up, like, chicken foot bullshit island religion. It gives me the ick. Like, there's an older black guy here in the be a fucking voodoo, whatever the fuck. No. And Mekhi Phifer, when he got his script, the character was Terrell. He must, I guarantee you, raised a very white guy writing black characters, and it comes out very, very racist. Yeah, you know, Bill Cobbs doesn't deserve to be wasted like he is. John Hawkes certainly doesn't. Jeffrey Combs doesn't. Mark Boone Jr. doesn't. I feel like at some point Mark Boone Jr. finished his scene, and like a big like sign came down, and everyone popped out and went, "Yay!" Just played his 1,000th pawn shop employee of his career. That guy, no one plays a sleazy pawn shop guy better than Mark Boone Jr. and he nails it. But man, I dislike so much. There are positives. Like, for me, Brandy is a clear fucking highlight. I'm not saying she's a great actress. Energy and so much character that is missing elsewhere. Like, she's the best thing in it by miles. I read some IMDb trivia, and it just basically said, like, that they auditioned lots of white girls, and then they auditioned Brandy, and were like, hey, what if her friend was black? What if she had a friend black? And everyone was like, wow, this is edgy stuff. So the casting people who I still know we did last summer, they invented black people, so it's good for them. But right, what works for me with this film, right, it doesn't take itself very serious. It doesn't take itself at all, which does some of the work, but what does most of the work is me. I do most of the work to make this film fun. Every time I watch, I slip down this kind of rabbit hole of this kind of spin-off I have in my head. I think it would be called, like, I Know What I'm Doing This Summer, and it's the story of Ben Willis, like, dramatic winning his son over the course of a year. Like, I get that he needs help stabbing 2 teenagers, because, you know, he failed to stab 4 teenagers the year before, which is really embarrassing. Okay, you need some help from your son, but what is the process of getting your son to help you with this revenge plot? Like, how did this come about? Like, hey, Dad, long time. Hi, son, how's school? Well, I'm going to study medicine and repair pallets in Africa. Well, not anymore, you're not. You're studying political science to help with my over-elaborate revenge plot. Like, what the fuck? Like, do I have to? Yes. Well, then I'll take night. No, you're taking night classes in karaoke maintenance because I got this really cool idea to scare the kids with a karaoke machine. Like, how the fuck? Why has he done this to his son? Why hasn't he up to these two teenagers that pissed him off and stabbed them. In fact, why doesn't he buy a gun? Fuck this guy. Like, I guarantee Will bought his dad a gun on his birthday. And he's like, no, thank you. My trusty old hook. That did real well for me last time. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how the fuck he got his son involved in it. Like, did he ask questions when, like, Judy's still alive towards the end of the film, and he's killed the porter, the maid, Bill Cobbs, Jack Black? Didn't he say, like, we've killed multiple black people unconnected to the original crime, Dad? Like, why are we here just stabbing black people who have absolutely nothing to do with you getting run over like 2 years ago? What the?
He didn't.
And this is why these thoughts run through my mind when I watch the film, and that's why I always enjoy it. The film has not earned my enjoyment. I've earned it. I've earned it by just being so fascinated by that dynamic and wondering how it came to just daydreaming about it. But if I forced myself to pay attention, I'd have been bored to tears. But you know, I had a really good time. But it's a bad film. But I had a good time. Bad.
I'm not sure if I agree with Craig or not. So much withering at the end. Good time, bad film. Good, bad.
It is bad, but I had a good time.
It is, yeah. Like, it is a bad film, and when you compare it to other films, as is usually the way with films, it's, it comes out extra stinky. And that's partly because it wastes such a stacked supporting cast and then gives screen time to Jack Black pretending to be Drexel from True Romance or something really weird, when you could have had more. Like Jeffrey Combs is brilliantly hatty, I guess is the word, to the main characters when they turn up. Like, he does not want or need their shit, and makes it quite clear. So that's great. Bill Cobbs is there and is just his usual wonderful, comforting, warm presence. That's what I always think of when I see Bill Cobbs in, relatively modern movies. Jennifer Esposito is a bit wasted. Hawks, as said, very wasted. And I agree that Mark Boone Jr. I think he came out of the womb and landed behind some mini pawn shop counter. It was just like, best I can do is breastfeed for 3 years, and then we'll see if you get your ticket back. That was it. They're all good, but you're stuck with Jennifer Love Hewitt, who's not great in the main role. She just isn't, and I don't actively dislike her. She has some presence, and not just because of her looks. She's not bad on screen, but she's just not good enough to lift up something as weak as this. And the notable difference is when you get moments with Brandy doing actually much better, just because she gives off a sense of fun and being like someone that you'd want to spend a bit of time with. So if you've got a lead character you don't really want to spend a bit of time with, that works against your movie. Whether
I did mention that, like the first film, it has one chase sequence act, and chase sequence is good in the third act of this one because Brandy's involved in it, and you actually kind of there's a little bit of tension there.
And Fiverr's okay, but I think he benefits from being in scenes with Brandy, and it's kind of a bit of fun from him just wanting to enjoy a holiday. But generally the script is pretty bad. Like, Freddie Prinze Jr. and his ongoing journey is quite bad. I mean, the whole setup for the first proper kill is just, I mean, it's ridiculous. But it's nothing really compared to the first film, which at one point the killer had loaded a body in a boot with ice and crabs and stuff just to scare someone and then took all that away again. Like some weird reverse Okado for hook-handed killers.
Why does he insist on letting them know he's going to kill them? Maybe that's where he's going when trying to stab ordinary teenagers. Maybe don't tell them.
Maybe, yeah.
In
But
advance.
it would be hard to give it a title.
He lifted hundreds of pounds of person and crab out and ran away with it without being seen in seconds.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben's impressive on paper.
It would be a weird way to title the movie, though, if they all just got notes saying, I don't know nothing. But then nobody would have a clue. Who sent the note? I don't know. Nobody knows anything. But
Very true.
in actual pacing and premise terms, this is like, it's better than its predecessor. In that it has more potential victims and like just more potential with what's there, but then it doesn't do anything with it. So the original remains the better film because the original keeps you happy with like the shiny glossy cast and the fun of it. This has more sort of, I think it's more in line with a straightforward slasher, but as Craig said, like it needs to be tame, so it's trying to hint at being a bit bloody and have the odd bit of gore here and then, but all the editing takes that away. That's it, it's done. It's like, oh no, want the widest possible audience ever, bring your kids. It turns into something not very good or satisfying. I know T's a big fan of this series. I know he likes it. Like the ending of this is a real. I'm sorry, T, but there's no other phrase I can think of than just to call it a real wet fart of an ending for a thriller or a slasher movie, or however you want to compare it to other sort of genre pieces. It just seems to go nowhere. When characters come together and you're having the finale, it all plays out in a way that's so like lacking tension, lacking sort of anyone you really fully care about. Is just a big disappointment. Like the end of the first film is a good ending for as ridiculous and silly as things get. The end of this is just it's something that has to be there structurally, and that's it. So I'm not a fan, and I'm happy that Tyler is, because I'm happy when Tyler's happy.
Before T goes, spoiler. Can we all agree that Jennifer Esposito's death is one of the worst in any slasher film of this period?
No, I love that death.
So bad. She has Bill Cobb fall on her. It's a terrible fucking death. And Bill dies off screen. Technically. Sort of.
Yeah. I mean, you see spoiler now, as if like you and Craig haven't discussed the entire third act before.
I said nothing about the third act that was spoilery. I kept it all very, because I'm a goddamn professional. Sort of. Not really. At all.
I'm not. I'm dumping on this convoluted revenge plot. I'm dunking on it all day long.
Yeah, it's not.
What the hell is wrong with this guy?
Well, I guess his blood loss from his hand has made him,
I love my dad, but I'm not doing this for him. I'm not doing any of this shit.
Look, I am a massive fanboy of this franchise. I have Ben Willis tattooed on my fucking body, so take this as you will. I fucking love this movie with all my heart, and like I said last week, this is one of my absolute favorite horror sequels. My grandmother, who is no longer with us, big shout out to her. She actually took me to see this in the theater when I was a kid, so that was awesome. Um, and right above me, like right now, I'm looking at it right now as we record. I have the original one sheet that a very nice employee of Suncoast Video gave to me way back in 1999 when I wouldn't stop pestering him to give me the poster because I was like a 9-year-old little shit, and I'm sure he would have rather lost his job than listen to me talk about how much I love this movie and how bad I needed this poster in my room. So shout out to that guy. I'm sure he doesn't work at Suncoast anymore because Suncoast doesn't exist.
No, there are still Suncoasts.
Really?
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they at? Because they don't. I mean,
Oh,
they're
you
not in
keep
Florida,
going.
so
I'll tell you when you're done.
it's probably just like FYE now, right? It's got to be. It's got to be probably just like an FYE, just called Suncoast. It's got to be.
I don't know.
Uh, I'm just gonna go into spoilers here. So if for some reason you haven't seen this movie, you might as well just skip my review entirely. Just know I love the movie a lot. I don't care. I don't care how ridiculous the setup for this movie is. I fucking love it. I love that the whole revenge plot is centered around a fake radio station contest that Ben Willis and his son set up to kill Julie and her friends on a resort in the Bahamas. I love it. Horror fans can forgive some of the stupidest plots in a Friday the 13th film, but they won't do it with any 90s slasher. But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with a horror movie having a goofy setup. That's just how it is. I love the tropical island setting, and I love that everything is like drenched in rain constantly. I love the cast. Jennifer Love Hewitt will always be my favorite final girl. I love Julie. I love her in this. Brandy fucking rocks it. But I've always loved Brandy. She's a wonderful musician too. Brandy is awesome. I love the kills. The hook through John Hawke's mouth, the hook through Mekhi Phifer's throat, Jack Black getting garden shears shoved in his chest, that double kill of Jennifer Esposito and Bill Cobbs. That reminded me of like Friday the 13th Part 2, just not in the bed. I like that. I love that whole kill. The tanning bed scene is awesome. That's a great scene. That tanning bed scene is awesome. Just so good. I love that super loud, just overbearing score. The score is fucking awesome in this. I love the score. Um, that final chase with Julie, Carla, and Nancy through the resort is just fucking amazing. That is just as good as the Helen chase in the original for me. I love that whole scene. I love the final graveyard showdown with Ben and his son. Muse Watson is so fun in that scene. I love his lines, his dialogue delivery. I love Muse Watson. Just loved him in this movie. He's awesome. He's an awesome villain. But yeah, I love this movie, guys. And I just love this decade of horror, and I will defend it forever. Like I said, one of my absolute favorite horror sequels. And yes, we will be discussing I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer very, very shortly with the zombie Ben Willis. So there will be more.
So there are 2 full line Suncoasts left, one in Jacksonville, North Carolina, one in Beaumont, Texas, and a combination FYE at the mall at Fairfield Commons in Beaver Creek, Ohio.
Crazy. I thought FYE went under years ago. I mean, not FYE, Suncoast years ago. So that's weird. Hey, maybe the guy that worked in the Sanford Mall Suncoast that gave me the poster works at one of those now. So maybe
He
I could
might.
thank. You
He
never know.
he could be running. He could be running the Beaumont, Texas location.
Could be. Maybe he got out of Florida and moved to Texas.
Maybe.
It was a long time ago.
It's time to pick one, guys.
Look, Tyler, I'm going to do this now. I'm going to rip this Band-Aid off. I'm always going to pick, honestly, the film I got the most from. And whatever I got from Hawk Jones, I got from Hawk Jones. The only enjoyment I got from I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, I generated myself, and I can't give them credit for it. So I didn't really like either, but I'm going to go with Hawk Jones. I would go with I Still Know What You Did Last Summer if that was what my heart told me, I promise. I feel so bad again. But you'll get the other 3 votes, so that's okay.
I'm gonna rip this Band-Aid off, Tyler, and I'm going to go with Cook County. So no, I'm sorry, T, but I'm with Craig. It was a better made film.
Damn.
It's a better acted film. It's a better written film.
Oh my god.
It's got better chase sequences.
Wow. See, I didn't have a great time this week, but I'm not absolutely mental. So I go with I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Kevin, my Scottish cinema soulmate, thank you. Hawk Jones isn't a fucking movie, so it doesn't count. That vote doesn't count. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is a movie. So, yes, that one.
Okay, first off, I prefer the term broken. But here we are. Next week, it's me and Kevin picking, and Kevin is setting up our special for this month. So, Kevin, if you'd like to give us the topic when you give your pick, after me, though. I decided we need some horror. I'm going with a Hammer classic, The Curse of Frankenstein from 1957.
Well,
Okay.
I'm going to logically pair that up with the British drama The Dresser from 1983. And no, I can't tell you any more about it. It was a Blu-ray that arrived a few weeks ago, and I've tried to make time for my Blu-rays.
Because if you don't, you'll be buried under them.
Yeah. And for the special...
Or with them.
Sorry? Yeah. Either option. I'll just be atop it. There'll be a sacrificial pyre. And I'll be sitting there like Vader's helmet. That's my ultimate fate, to be Vader's helmet. I just realised how bad that sounds. Anyway, the special theme this week, a lot of people, I think, have been a bit hyperbolic and going on about comedy's back, baby, because they enjoyed The Naked Gun. Comedy never left. And I am going to treat us all to a few comedies that I think hopefully you'll enjoy. But if not, we can just remind other people that comedy didn't go away. And the first one is a very recent outing called One of Them Days. More Kiki Palmer for us.
Nice.
All right. There's a sequel to that coming. If you didn't know.
Oh, really? That's awesome. I love that movie. So.
Yeah, there is. Well, then in celebration of that, give them the business, T.
We're on Instagram, Raiders_of_the_podcast. We're on Facebook, where I sometimes remember to post stuff on Wednesdays. We have a YouTube channel where you can subscribe, and watch Kevin's awesome videos weekly. We have a Discord, we have a Blue Sky, and you can always email us at raidersofthepodcast@gmail.com.
As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll talk to you next week.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.